Crown of Egil. The music of the wolf. Wolf battening warrior, wield we high gleaming swords in snake fostering summer. Such deeds well beseem. Lead up to Lundir, let laggards be none. Spear music ungentle, by sunset shall sound. Egil Skallagrimson, Egil Saga. Hey everybody, it's Pax. I'm gonna do a little video here for this custom fan-made campaign by analyzechris over on the Mythos Busters Discord, the Crown of Egil. Now I'm gonna apologize because I'm certain A, that's not how it's pronounced in Icelandic, and B, none of the Icelandic names I pronounce for the remainder of the campaign will be even remotely correct. I looked that up on like a thing, and that was my best I could do. So I'm going to be playing on standard, and let's just look over a couple of the things specific to this campaign. There's additional rules for Saga. The Saga keyword indicates that an encounter card effect will alter the narrative of the campaign, allowing players to write their own Saga. Successful Saga actions will yield experience and other rewards, but everything has a cost. Cool. So, expansion icon. Little Rocky Mountains there. Well, not the Rocky Mountains, but some mountains. Campaign setup. Choose investigators. So I guess we'll go over that really quick. I am going to play, let's pull it up, Agnes Baker, alternate Agnes, alternate on both sides. Parallel Agnes, I should say. This is the deck, and here's just some side grades that I have written in for kicks. This is going to be a curse deck. I'm going to be using Fate of Oraxis, Reastrad and Manipulate Destiny heavily. Yeah, that's that. And then, alongside Agnes will be Mandy Thompson. And she's also doing a curse deck with Cryptic Grimoires. And she's going to be half rogue to lean into Skeptic, 3 aces, some things to make sure that the curses don't matter, right? Vestigian Eye to get a big boost, stirring up trouble for generating them, stuff like that. And I'll have to look and see what insights I can use that make a bit more sense with. I've got a plan that you could play fast with the upgraded Grimoire, but anyways, so that's that. I'm going to quickly go to the next and read the prologue. As your ship nears its destination of Reykjavik, you take a moment to review the astonishing details of the case in your journal. Cult activity has increased in Iceland over the past 6 months with the rise of the Disciples of Egil, a group that worships one Egil Skallagrimson, the violent warrior poet and anti-hero of the Icelandic sagas. This strikes you as odd that a 1,000-year-old literary character would be the focal point of a cult, and a poet no less. The more you read of his exploits, the less you seem to understand who he really was. While he solved most of his problems with his blade, he also escaped trouble through his epic poetry. Despite being an abnormally ugly and monstrous figure with both troll and giant lineage, his extreme emotional outbursts belie a depth of character uncommon in 10th century sagas. Most of the country had accepted Egil as a transitional symbol of the country moving on from their heathen past before conversion to Christianity at the end of the 10th century. In any case, his followers have been spreading chaos in Reykjavik in traditional Viking fashion, leaving impaled horse heads on scorn poles as a warning to the city that Egil will return. Indeed, 2 weeks ago, one of the cultists loosed an arrow of war into the Parliament House, declaring Egil the eternal law speaker of Iceland and the world at large. This winter, the country is preparing for the upcoming 1000th anniversary of the National Parliament, the Althing, celebrating a millennium of independence. While local authorities may be content to chalk up this cultist activity to post-war nationalist fervor, your contact at Miskatonic University, Dr. Agatha Crane, thinks the provenance could be paranormal. She has entrusted you to lead an expedition into the tundra of Iceland to get to the bottom of this mystery with the aid of her friend and former colleague, Professor Shirley Day Morris. You see the idyllic coastline of Reykjavik rise into view along the horizon and prepare to disembark. Proceed to Chapter 1, The Warning. Chapter 1, The Warning. You step up the ship, grateful for the solid wood beneath your feet. The capital city of Reykjavik is modest, with small wooden houses lining the streets and nary a soul to be seen. The warm light of dusk bathes the pale houses in a comforting prismatic glow. This otherworldly comfort lulls you nearly to sleep and almost distracts you from the task at hand, finding Professor Shirley Day Morris. She would be awaiting your arrival at the Culture House. I've already done a bit of the setup there. I've done my opening hands just to save on some time because I knew there'd be a lot of reading. So there's my opening hands down there. I'm just going to. There's two set aside things, which is a dude and the Shirley Day Morris herself. Shuffle that. The chaos bag is pretty kind of standard fare. I knew I popped it up on screen, but it's your normal spread of numbers for standard and just 3 skulls. We'll look down here at the campaign log just to kind of give an idea. It's nothing. There's a traces of Egil or Eagle. I'll probably start saying Eagle when I get tired of pretending I know how to pronounce it. And then down here on the back, chaos tokens added and removed, where you keep track of the chaos tokens that you've added and removed. All right, so let's get started up here at the Agenda 1A. The streets of Reykjavik are as quaint as they are disquieting. The empty city at dusk takes on the stillness of a movie set. Perhaps the citizens are wary of the recent outbursts of violence, or perhaps they're wary of you. Each berserker enemy gains aloof. At the end of the enemy phase, each berserker enemy deals its horror to each investigator at its location. This is culture shock. Then in plain sight. Dr. Crane has informed her counterpart, Professor Shirley Day Morris, of your arrival. You should investigate the evidence of cult activity downtown and share your findings with her at the Culture House. 4 per investigator. Wow, that's a lot. Only investigators at the Culture House may spend the requisite numbers of clues as a group to advance. The warning. -X is the number of successfully completed saga actions, and I don't have any of these yet, but they are -2 draw 1, -2 heal 1 damage, and -2 heal 1 horror, which is really interesting. So yeah, like I said, I've already done my opening hands down here, and we will start at the harbor. The new harbor has revitalized the fishing and shipping industry of Iceland. Usually bustling, the waterfront is quiet today, and the sea is still. 2 clues. Saga Test 6 to eavesdrop on the dockworkers. If you succeed, remember you know where the silver is, and remove 1 0 token from the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. Group limit once per game. Only a handful of dockworkers can be seen loading and unloading their ships. They seem to ignore you completely. Well, I don't think they're going to be getting that 6 agility test done. She does have these promise of powers, though, so it's possible. It's just not likely. She's using the upgraded heirloom of Hyperborea and the upgraded weakness as well. So, I guess we'll just start with Mandy. Because I think her turn's going to be pretty easy, right? What's she going to do? Initiate, heirloom, and then search for a spell, and then do something else? So, yeah. Okay. So we'll go with Mandy first, because her practice makes perfect stuff might be more dynamic with what she hits out of her deck here. So let's only 2. We're 3 up. Okay. So we'll just investigate first, and we'll use a practice makes perfect to search the top 6 how I want to do this. Top 9 cards for 2 practiced cards. So the top 9. Bugger. Okay. Okay, so that occurs, and I pull an encounter card. What happens if it's currently in the middle of being investigated? Never had that happen before. Okay. I'm just going to assume that this, whole investigate fizzles. Alright, I'm going to pull the token, so -3. So that would succeed, but I don't think it can be investigated. doesn't say like you can't initiate an investigation. It can't be investigated. I'm just gonna Grim rule it and say that I can't do that. So we're gonna continue on because I don't really want to. I mean, I can't really tear that down. Christ the King Church. Let's look at the Christ the King Church, only sanctified this past summer, marks Iceland's step towards modernity. This progress, however, has been uneven. Before the resurgence of Catholicism in the past century, the previous archbishop was beheaded in 1550. Whew. Saga Test 6 to remove a giant slab engraved with ruins. If you succeed, remember you have uncovered the split skull and add a tablet token to the Chaos Bag for the remainder of the campaign. The neo-Gothic curves contrast with the distinctive flat top of a church. A Catholic school adjoins the building on the premises, and a young, unchaperoned girl can be seen playing with dolls. Oh yeah, okay, that's not ominous at all. Well, I don't really have a whole lot to lose. Oh, right, I forgot to mention that the weakness for Agnes is an offer you can't refuse. So I probably should have played this Faustian bargain and given her a bunch of money, but we'll do that next turn. We're going to investigate again, and we're just going to be 2 up, I think. I want to save this for next turn when I can grab two cards with it. Okay, so 2 up. Let me grab a clue. Cool. And that's Mandy. Thanks, Mandy. Let's 1, 2, 3 to pop the Heirloom of Hyperborea into play, because that's just going to be super useful. We'll go catch up with with Mandy. I think I want to wait. Oh no, I think I just play it. Yeah, I just play it. Let's play the Initiate last action, and we'll use her to look at the top 3 cards for a spell. Read the signs. Nice. That'll be really useful. And that'll be her turn. Whoops. Okay. Nothing is in play, so boom, boom. Upkeep. Upkeep. Ooh, the Grimoire. Ooh, the Hallowed Mirror. That's just like 1 turn too late. Okay. But the Cryptic Grimoire, that's good to see that. Because I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 curses that I can do like all in 1 turn. Because that's kind of the aim, is to get a critical mass of them and then just solve it in 1 go. So let's go 1 out of 4 Doom on Culture Shock, and Mandy is the lead investigator. Stare into the abyss. You cannot take investigate actions. Take 1 horror to discard this. Interesting. Okay. Test 3 or 3. If you fail, you must take 1 direct horror or 1 direct damage. You're not welcome here. Oh, I should read the, does anything matter? Ooh, look at that. Big open wasteland. The stone walls of the city seem intent on keeping you at a safe distance. So I'll be testing 3 or 5 willpower, and I'm just going to use this really quick during the test to grab another Read the Signs. I'm just going to put that away. So I'm testing 2 up. I'll just do that. -0. So I pass. Right, cool. Let's go with Mandy. No, let's go with Agnes. I think I'll go with Agnes first. Yeah. Agnes is going to test the Saga, I think. Am I going to test the Saga to get a -1 in the bag? Man, I'm not sure. All right, let's do something else. All right, let's do something else. Let's, first action, play Read the Signs, taking a damage to reduce the cost by 2, and I'll be shuffling this back when it's over. So I'm testing 5, 6, 7 against 3. -0, so I grab 2 clues. After you play a spell card, draw 1 card. I don't know if this gets shuffled in. I think it gets shuffled in, and then I draw a card. I'm just going to assume that that's how it goes. Ooh, the Occult Lexicon. That's nice. Yeah. let's... I think I'll leave her to get that clue. So let's move. Let's keep moving. I need to get to the culture house is where she is. So let's move to the garden. When a berserker... the park offers a shock of greenful peace amidst the gray concrete of the city. The receding garden. Nope, not even trying it. When a berserker enemy would spawn at the receding garden, spawn it at a connecting location instead. Oh, cool. Ooh, that's a nice spot to be, because then I won't be just taking a bunch of horror needlessly unless they've got Hunter. The gardens spread out peacefully under a few dozen Swedish white beams. The birds' songs you hear are unfamiliar to you. 1 victory, 4 clues. I mean, let's just do the other read the signs, right? Read the signs, move, read the signs. Yeah. Another damage. Actually, I'll take that one on her, I think. Because I can heal, right? If I pull those things later. So I'll take 1 damage and be 7 against 3 again. -1, so that's 2 clues. This shuffles in. And I draw a card from the Heirloom of Vibraborea. Storm of Spirits. Okay. Let's have Mandy investigate. 2 up. Nope, she can't investigate. She's going to take 1 horror to discard this. She is going to investigate now. 2 up. Yep. Okay. And then I think that she is going to follow Agnes here. No, she's gonna move. She's gonna move over here. Agnes is only 1 away, and she does have the spectral razor. So if someone nasty comes out, she can deal with it. Whoa. Okay, the Parliament House. Both the nascent University of Iceland and the nation's Parliament share the built from hewn dolerite. I'm not. Yeah, that's too many characters I don't even recognize. Draw 2 actions to find inspirations in the past. Investigators at this location may draw a total of 4 cards, distributed as you wish. 4 shroud, 3 per investigator. That's a lot. Test 6 intellect to inspect the tome with an eerie inscription. If you succeed, remember you have read the Bard's Tale. Add a cultist token to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. Cool. Cool. All right. Ready. Whoops. Upkeep. Bummer. 2 out of 4 doom. Mandy draws first. Ravages of Time. If you fail, put this into your threat area. You cannot take move actions. That's not the worst thing in the world to see. So I'll just test it. Can't take move actions this turn. Put this into play next to the agenda deck. Increase the difficulty of all tests during the Saga actions. At the end of the round, discard this. So I'm actually just going to keep this in her threat area. I know it's not in her threat area, but I will forget about this if I put it up here. I don't scroll up here often enough. And when I do, I just go click it and come back. I'll forget. So that's that. I want to check. Do you have a skill test? Or do you have a window right after? Yeah, you do have a window right after. So she's gonna search for a spell. And she's going to take the Deny Existence. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so she's at full hand size. So she's pretty well run out of her investigation stuff. So I think that means she's actually going to come do that test and then end her turn with Mandy so that they're like together. I think that's what's going to happen. But she can't do it. They're +2 difficulty. So maybe instead she goes to Mandy and gets this occult lexicon in play and burns through a bit of her deck, maybe? I'm not sure. It's pretty tricky. Pretty tricky. Well, there's an intellect one and a strength one and an agility one, so presumably there's going to be a a willpower one somewhere. She'll probably be able to crush that. Let's see. Yeah, let's go meet up with Mandy. Let's What do I do with her? Let's let's play the lexicon. 1, 2, draw one of those, and those get shuffled into the deck. And then let's play the blood right. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And then for each card, discard up to 2 cards from your hand. For each card thusly discarded, you may either gain a resource or spend 1 resource to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So I'm going to discard 2 cards, gain 2 resources probably. I think I'm going to discard just... Actually, I think I'm just going to let myself have drawn 2 cards. No, because I'm going to be over hand sized because I'm going to draw another one from the heirloom. So let's discard the Storm of Spirits. I'm not seeing any enemies, and frankly, this is really good. And we'll take a resource for it. And then after the spell is done being played, we'll draw a card from that. Hey, there's the Read the Signs. All right, we got there. And let's do Read the Signs. Putting a damage on this Arcane Initiate, killing her. And we'll be investigating here. 5, 6, 7 against 4. Do I have a single icon I want to put into it? She'll commit an occult evidence to be 8 against 4. Good thing. And then this shuffles into the deck, and then we draw a card. Okay. Whoops. I wish I could fix the hands. They act really weird for me sometimes. So I do have more cards than I need right now. So let us first... I think first we're going to do a practice makes perfect. Investigate here. So I'm 5 against 4. I'm going to search the top 9 cards for 2 practice. I'm going to trigger an Astounding Revelation to gain 2 resources. I get 1 practiced. I get a second practiced. Unfortunately, not a deduction. I was really hoping for a deduction. So I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say eight against 4. Yeah, 8 against 4. No, that's fine. So 8 against 4, we succeed. Successful test results are 1 draw from the perception, 1 clue, and then when the thing is over, these go to my hand instead of discarding them. Let's investigate again. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be drawing 2 cards this time if I succeed. Yep. So 1 clue, 2 cards. Eternal Injury. Bummer. And then last action, I will... let's get the Grimoire into play. 1, 2, 3. Get the Grimoire into play. Yeah, there it is. Okay. At the end of her turn, she'll take a direct damage. That's both of them. Upkeep and upkeep. She's going to have to discard. I think what actually... Oh, hold on. What I'm actually going to do... No, frig. I wanted to play all these Tempt Fates. But they just draw me cards anyways, right? Let's discard 1 Ward of Protection. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. let's discard the deny existence. Because if I desperately need healing, like if I need to cancel that, I can toss the Hallowed Mirror into play. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. 3 out of 4. Abandonment. Secretly add this to your hand. If you did not perform a skill test, take 1 damage and discard it. You cannot commit skill cards to skill tests. Okay, wow. Oh, and sorry, yes, this is gone and this is gone. And then you get Abandonment as well, which you're going to cancel. Taking a horror on this. And then after I play a spell card, I will draw a card. So I think over here, for Mandy, she's going to clear via internal injury. If you did not perform a skill test, take 1 damage and discard Abandonment. Okay, interesting. And then she's going to play the Faustian Bargain to give her 1, 2, 3, and then give her 1, 2. That'll make it so that if she draws her weakness, she doesn't eat it. And then at the end of her turn, she will take a damage and discard this. Over here for Agnes, she's going to put a damage on here to play Read the Signs. And you need a lot of clues in this scenario. This is wild. To be up a decent amount. Oh, right, this put in 2 curses. Okay. And that's okay. We'll just do the test. You may heal 1 damage. Cool. She gets her 2 clues. Oh my god, she damn near cleared that all by herself. And then this shuffles in. And then she draws a card from the heirloom. I think I'm going to have her go solve this really quick. So move over. And then last action, she will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is a curse in there now. There's 2, nope, there's 4 curses in there now. She's going to commit an unexpected courage to this. To be 12 against 6. -2, -1. Okay, so we remove 1 curse. And we remember that we have uncovered the split skull and we add a tablet token to the bag. So here's a tablet. Shuffle that in. Cool. And that's that. Yeah, so that's both of them. They're ready. Upkeep. Upkeep. Witten is in good time. Olive is in good time now that I've got all these curses. Not that I'm really searching for them, but I can dodge them if I need to. So they don't cascade into some nonsense. And then 4 Doom. Culture Shock advances. As you turn the corner, you stumble upon a horse head impaled on a wooden pole engraved with runes. Your stomach drops as you get the impression this curse is for you. Each investigator must take 1 horror or lose 1 action. Next turn, you're going to take a horror, and you're going to take a horror, because I've got this guy now to kind of get me by. Spawn the set-aside Lodge Tyler at the location farthest from all investigators, which is going to be there. So what is he? He is a 4/4/3. While he's engaged with you, you may not commit non-skill cards to skill tests. Increase the difficulty of all Saga tests at connecting locations by 2. Ooh, and Hunter. So she's going to probably want to do this turn. But that's the Doom. We'll put that away. Encounter card for Mandy is going to be another Stare into the Abyss. Brutal. And for Agnes is going to be each investigator at your location must take 1 horror and 1 damage or lose 1 action. Ooh. That's some action tax, isn't it? Brutal. She'll take a damage, no horror. That's yucky. Bium bium bum blow. My friend, I lull to rest, but outside a face looms at the window. Traditional lullaby. Fucking hell. That is scary. Let's see. Let's have Agnes in the window after play Attempt Fate. Add 3 curse tokens. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 bless. And draw a card. Nice. And then she will play her other Attempt Fate. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and draw a card. Storm of Spirits. That's nice to have now. And then it shall be Mandy's turn. She is going to add 1 curse to the bag. Solve the Cryptic Grimoire. If there are 10 curse tokens in the bag, discard this. Record in your campaign log you've translated the Grimoire. And finally, replace 5 of those chaos tokens with 5 bless. So I don't think I can. I think I do as many as I can, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's one of those, like, only do as much as you're actually allowed to do things. So Mandy is going to last action. She doesn't actually have a lot of icons for this. She's going to play No Stone Unturned. She's going to search the top 6 cards of her deck for 2 cards and add them to her hand. Okay. Let's take a Eureka and a plan of action, I guess. I've used both my PMPs, so I may as well get them in hand. That's her. Okay. So, over to Agnes. She's going to play Olive so she doesn't die tremendously. She's going to move down to the Receding Gardens in case some nastiness spawns next turn. Actually, no, she's going to move all the way to the Culture House, I think. While you're at the Culture House, reduce the cost of each tome and relic asset you play by 2. The home of the National Museum and the Icelandic Museum of Natural History, the Culture House, as the locals call it, is one of the most beautiful buildings in Reykjavik. The Culture House serves as the academic center of Reykjavik. Hopefully someone can make sense of the chaos looming outside. 4 clues. Only investigators in the Culture House may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Well, she has the requisite numbers of clues, so she's just actually going to advance right off the bat. Because we need to know what our objective is. You must be the reinforcements from Miskatonic University. A voice shouts from down the hall. Professor Shirley Day Morris, thank you for coming all this way. I know you have some experience with the occult, so hopefully you can help shed some light on the disturbing to-do here in Reykjavik. My background, as you know, is anthropology, but these cultists seem to behave less like a religious group and more like, well, heathens. She catches the judgment in her voice and regains her composure. Something has shaken her cool academic detachment. While I'm sure my understanding of the local culture will help, we need to be on the lookout for the disciples. They are suspicious of outsiders. Choose one investigator to take control of the set-aside Professor Shirley Day Morris asset. For the remainder of the scenario, she does not take an ally slot. 1-3, each investigator at your location may reduce the difficulty of skill tests during Saga actions by 1. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to put her on Mandy, because she could use a bit of extra soak, I think. Yeah, she's going to go on Mandy. Does it say at my location? No, choose one investigator to take control. Okay, she does not take up an ally slot. Cult of Personality. To understand the Disciples of Egil, you must understand the legend himself. Professor Day Morris knows of several sightings of old runes carved around the city that may shed some light on this legendary figure and his violent followers. Investigators at a location without a resource may spend 2 per investigator clues to place a resource on that location. If 4 locations have resource tokens on them, advance. Okay. As a fast action? So we put a resource token on here. before everything goes away. This guy, during the enemy phase, is going to hunt here. Now the Saga difficulty here is higher. So we ready? Upkeep and upkeep. Let's get rid of an... I've got a plan. Nope. Let's get rid of a... What's my bag look like? 10 Bless, 6 Curse? Let's get rid of this Tempt Fate. I certainly don't need that. Actually, you know what? I think the Tempt Fate is more useful than the deep Knowledge at that point. Okay. Happy with that. And then over here, upkeep. Oh, did I already do it? I think I might have already clicked it. I wish I had a thing telling me. I don't remember having this read the signs in hand. So I'm going to say that I already clicked it, because I don't remember having that in hand. Okay, so he moved there, and we're good. So, oh, right. If a location has no clues and no enemies, reduce the difficulty of that location's Saga action by 1. So currently this is a 4 test, which is really good, but +2 because of him. Forced, when a Saga action is completed, successfully search the encounter deck and discard pile for Berserker enemy and spawn at the location farthest from all investigators. So we got to be really careful about how we're going about this now. Test 3. If you fail, you take a direct horror or direct damage. So she'll just test its 2 up. -2, which heals the damage. And she passes. Man, that's cool. Locked door. Right here. Bummer. Do I have another ward? I don't. Oh, getting through this locked door is not going to happen. So that victory's off the table. So let's go with Agnes first. She's going to move into this asshole. National Bank. Collect the recently completed 16, designed by renowned state architect Gudjon Samuelson, is the pride of Reykjavik, housing the National Bank and serving as a meeting place for the city's Freemasons. Ooh, Freemasons. You know something's up when the Freemasons are around. 1 and 2 clues total. Collect Miskatonic University's travel stipend. Investigators at this location gain a total of 2 per investigator resources distributed as you wish. Cool. The blend of Art Nouveau and the Danish nationalist romantic designs is fascinating but jarring to the eye. Built after a series of fires razed the neighborhood about 10 years ago, this building towers above the rest of Reykjavik with its cool marble floors and statues of 7 Icelandic heroes. Jeez. Man, Chris did an awesome job putting a ton of good detail into this flavor text. So he's going to engage me. He's not... That's wild that he's not an elite and he spawned off of this, but that's fine. We'll do a Spectral Razor. Which is going to be 7 against 4. And we'll be taking a damage on Agnes to do it. 7 against 4. Yep. I could commit one more, but I think that I kind of just have to accept it. Ooh, -2. -3. Bugger. So that misses. Let's play the Sword Cane and immediately use it to... actually no. Let's see. Let's use the Blood Right. Oh wait, no, I get to so this shuffles back in. Hold on, I'm going a bit too fast. That shuffles back in and I draw a card. Offer you cannot refuse, lose 5 resources. 5. I'm going to use last action. Oh, I can't. I can only deal 1 damage if I do that. So she'd need to like get a clue here, and then I've got to plan him off of her probably. So that's probably not going to happen. But I mean, it could actually. No, I can't take investigate actions right now. Shouldn't have placed that down because she could have attacked for +3. Ah, man. All right. Oh, I should have used Olive. Why didn't I use Olive? That was really silly of me, wasn't it? Not thinking. Not thinking. What is she gonna do? Well, I mean, we'll just evade, because the worst thing that happens, I'll just evade him last action. I mean, I'm even, but okay. So I'm up 2, I'm up 4. Oh, I forgot to remove one of those curses. I forgot to remove a curse. Up 6, up 7. Okay, so she heals. She heals a horror, evades him, and removes 4 blessed from the bag. 4. Okay. Fine. Okay. So he got evaded at least. She's gonna immediately play her Tempt Fate to add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and draw a card. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Let's discard this, taking a horror and putting it on her. Let's move over. And yeah, let's just investigate a bunch up for 1 clue. I think. No, actually, no. She's going to what is she gonna do? I'm a little confused at what she can do right now, because I want to get that victory, but I can't. I don't really want to leave her by herself there, and Agnes really can't deal with this guy by herself. So yeah, I guess I do have to investigate 1 to so 5 against 1, because she needs to be able to deal a little extra damage to this guy. And this also gives me clues to put down on the locations as resources to complete the objective. So okay, that's fine. So that happens. They ready. He readies. He's going to go on Agnes again. And we're going to go upkeep and upkeep. Okay, the Spectral Razor's back. That's good. 1 Doom out of 7. When he attacks you, you may place a clue in your location, then cancel that attack. 2/2. Okay. And this. Each investigator at your location must take 1 horror and 1 damage or lose 1 action. Okay, so 1 damage, 1 horror. 1 damage, 1 horror. I'm not losing that many actions. That's that would be bad news. So let's try this again. She's going to use the Spectral Razor, taking a damage on this guy. I'm going to use Olive to pull 3 tokens this time. Is there anything that can be committed to this? Let's commit... it is a fight. Ooh, maybe I'd use the Storm of Spirits and commit some willpower to it instead. Because that would deal 2 to him and 2 to him. I already took the damage. I'm just trying to think between these two. Which one makes more sense? This is kind of what the Storm of Spirits is for, because then she doesn't have to waste and I've got to plan on that. But the problem is, hitting with both of them is going to be really dicey with this dumbass bag. To put it in a way that I don't really know how else to say it. This fucking stupid bag that I've set myself up with. Yeah, let's... Oh, she's only 5 against... Oh, but she can attack him, so 5 against 2. Okay, yeah. Let's do the Storm of Spirits. We'll attack him. 5 against 2. I don't think she's going to get any more clues. 6 against 2. And he's going to put something in. Let's say 7 against 2. Let's put a Eureka into this. 7 against 2, and she's going to do that. So 1, 2, 3. Let's take the 2 blesses. The first bless, you get another bless. That bless gets a -2, and then this bless gets a tablet. So +6, -4. We do both take a damage because of revealing the tablet, but you get to heal a damage. Whoops. And this is going to deal 2 damage to him, just killing him. This is going to deal 2 damage to him. Oh my god. Alright. 1, 2, 3. This shuffles in. And then the heirloom will draw me a card. There's the Armageddon. And then I'll try to Spectral Razor him. Oh, no, I didn't do... Right, I didn't do the Eureka, right? So she's going to look at the top 3 cards and draw 2 of them. I guess it's an Initiate and a Storm of Spirits, because we're not drawing the Dark Memory right now. So a Spectral Razor, I already took another one. So it's 7 against 4. We'll say 8 against 4. Yeah, 8 against 4. Kills him. Okay. Oh, you're right. He's not even VP. That shuffles into the deck. That triggers to draw a card. And then we will move here and reveal it. The School Cairn Tower. Scola Vorora. Formerly the home of a cairn, some boys dedicated to their school, the School of Cairn Tower watches over the city from atop the hill. Double action Saga Test 7 to listen to the silence. If you succeed, remember you have studied the markings. Add 1 Elder Thing token to the Chaos Bag for the remainder of the game. Group limit once per game. So if I can have no clues and no enemies, I can reduce the... So that's already a test 6, and if she moves there as a test 7 or 5. So I'll be even against it. That's kind of nice. Mandy hasn't even gone yet. Mandy is going to... What's Mandy going to do? I kind of want her to clear this VP. I got this Saga done. I would love to get this one done. Did I get that one done? I didn't shuffle in a tablet, or I didn't shuffle in a cultist yet, so I'd love to go back and get that done. Let's pick up this last clue here. We're just going to commit 1 to it. -3. Yeah, we get it. We'll drop 2 clues to put a resource token here. We'll walk back. This is a test 4. I'm at 5. 6, 7, 8 against 4. I don't think I want to commit Witten. Let's commit the I've got a plan instead. 8 against 4. 6 against 4. 8 against 4. 6 against 4. 8 against 4. Heal a damage. Remove, remove, remove. And we have read the Bard's Tale and add a cultist token to the bag. Everyone's done. Boom, boom. Emergency cash. We don't really need that now. She could just like commit everything to this, but that seems really risky with this dumbass curse bag. 3 out of 7 doom. We have 2 locations with the requisite number of clues on them. I guess I could go pick up these 2 clues, drop the thing, and walk up here and drop it, and that ends the scenario for me. So that's kind of nice. I do have 2 clues in case an enemy pops out. Test 3, if you fail, you must add 1 doom to the current agenda or take 2 horror. Increase the difficulty of this test by 1 for each Berserker enemy in play. Well, there's no Berserker enemies in play, thankfully. Oh, these are added to the discard. No Berserker enemies in play, so we're just going to be testing 3 against 3. I don't think there's any point in committing to this. So there's a curse wasted and there's a 0. So we fail, so we'll take 2 horror. And then over here, we get the Eagle Beckons as well. Test 3, so 5 against 3. Add 1 Doom or take 2 Horror. The 2 Horror is pretty scary for me right now, because that puts me super low. But she's higher up, and if she really needs to, she can just drop the Hollow Mirror over this, and so we're gonna do that. A curse and a +1. So -2 was even, and +1 is a pass. So we get to remove a curse and also pass that, no problem. So let's see. What are we gonna do about this? I'd love to test to get this saga done. That'd be really cool to have 3 of them done. Maybe what I do is I go do this first with Mandy. So she's gonna move down here. Play the Deep Knowledge here to draw 3 cards and add 2 curses. And then she's going to investigate 5, 6, 7, 8 against 3, I guess. Five, 6, 7, 8 against 3, so she gets -4, which picks up both clues from the deduction. She'll trigger the Eureka to look at the top 3 cards. That gets her 2 resources, and she adds both of those to hand. And she's going to drop 2 clues to put a resource here. So that's her. Agnes is going to... Let's see. So she's at 5 against 6. How many icons does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4. She has 4 icons, so she could be 9 against 6. That's not that great. But if she can come over... How do I want to do this? Oh, yeah, no, okay, I see. So she's just going to make her way over, help her out with it by having this lady here as well. And then in addition to all that, she's going to be able to commit this double icon. And it'll be obviously not a sure thing, but a pretty close to sure thing. So Agnes is going to, I think, play over her heirloom, because she doesn't really need to be drawing cards. Draw 1 of them, and shuffle the rest into the deck. And then she's going to play the Soothing Melody to heal 1, 2 horror from herself, and draw a card. So, but that's a bit less scary. And then she's going to play an emergency cache for 1, 2, 3 resources. And that'll be her. Upkeep and upkeep. Four out of 7 Doom. Oh, I forgot to spawn a... I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so there should have been a Berserker spawned here, because that would have been the farthest location. Do they all have Hunter? Yeah, they all have Hunter. When you fail an attack against hand, place 1 Doom on him. So let's say I put this guy here. He would have moved there at the end of last turn, and he would have moved on to her at the end of this turn. Yeah, so let's just say that that's what happened, and then he hit her for... One and 1. Yeah. I think that's the best way for me to kind of recover from messing that up. Yeah. So 4 out of 7 Doom. I didn't shuffle that. I knew he was on. I literally just saw him on top. The spectral forms. Cannot spend resources or perform draw actions. Ooh, that's bad. Test 3. Wow, she just has to test 3, doesn't she? Okay. -2. -1. Cannot spend resources or perform draw actions. That locks her down for the entire turn, I think. That's not good. She could commit a no-stow done turn to an evade and see if that works. Okay, so he's 4 and 2. When you fail an attack against him, place a Doom on him. Okay. So she needs to kill him and then also make her way over to him, to Mandy, doesn't she? So let's spend 2 on the Spectral Razor. This isn't going to get shuffled back in, I don't think. I don't think I can kind of afford that anymore. 7 against 4. How many curses do I have left? 7. Let's do something else. Let's play the Blood Right. Draw 2 cards. Yep. Kind of figured that was going to happen. Draw 2 cards, and then spend 2 resources to discard 2 cards. Which is going to be my Sword Cane and my Storm of Spirits to kill him. One, 2, and that to place Doom. 5 out of 7. I think she's just going to try to do the Saga by herself. I think she kind of has to. So let's do the Saga Test. She's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 against 6, and we'll use all of. We'll take the -2 and the -1 and pass that Saga Test, adding an Elder Thing to the bag. Remembering that we've studied the markings and adding an Elder Thing token to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. Okay. Okay, so that's Agnes. Oh, okay. So Mandy is going to move, taking an attack of opportunity for 1/1. And then she's going to spend 2 clues to place a resource on the Christ the King Church. We now have 4 locations with resource tokens on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, which will advance. Individually, the runes resemble what you would typically find in Icelandic sagas, Professor Daymore says, but taken together you can see a pattern. They each refer to a geographic phenomenon and a play on words, indicating a cardinal direction. This should be enough to construct a map of cultist activity outside of Reykjavik. R2. It's a map, is the name of the agenda, or act backside. So R2. This is the Gullfoss waterfall, Professor Daymore says, pointing at the runic message you copied down. And this is the Great Geyser. Each of these locations sits along the famed Golden Circle, which traces a route just outside of Reykjavik, connecting some of the most important historical and geological features of Iceland. These must mean something to the cultists. But what? Egil's saga barely mentions this part of the country. In any case, we know where to go. We know where we have to go. You've seen the violent rage of the disciples, and you know they will stop at nothing to derail your investigation. You secure the map in your pocket and set out for the Golden Circle. In your campaign log, record that the investigators have mapped the Golden Circle. Whoops. And then we each gain victory equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, we didn't get this one. 4 VP. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will see what's next. There's an interlude 1, Traces of Egil. Okay, I need to go check which ones I did. I uncovered the split skull, read the Bard's Tale, and studied the markings. Okay, so I did not know where the silver is. That's the only one I don't read. So I don't read this one. Poisoned Horn. Nothing could slake Egil's thirst at the banquet. He cursed his host, Bard of Atli, who had withheld the ale for the arrival of King Eric and his retinue. In response, Queen Gunhild plotted with Bard to poison Egil's next drink, but was foiled when he sliced open his hand and wrote magic runes on the horn in his own blood. Write we runes around the horn, redden all the spell with blood. Wise words choose I for the cup, wrought from branching horn of beast. Drink we then, as drink we will, draught that cheerful bearer brings. Learn that health abides in ale, holy ale that bard hath blessed. The poisoned horn shattered in the ale maid's hands, and Egil ran bard through the middle with his sword. You gain insight into Egil's prophecy, or proficiency with warding magic. In your campaign log, under Traces of Egil, record warding runes, and investigators gain 1 XP. Warding runes. Bad medicine. Thorfinn's daughter Helga had complained of pining sickness. She could not sleep, and she was getting weaker by the day. Egil decided to try his hand. Inspecting the bed, he discovered a whalebone carved with a set of ineffectual runes. He shaved them off into the fire and inscribed his own. Egil proclaimed, "Runes none should grave ever, who knows not to read them. Of dark spell full many the meaning may miss. 10 spell words writ wrongly on whalebone were graven, whence to lead tending maiden long sorrow and pain." Helga arose from where she fitfully lay to wonder at her sudden shift in mood. While still weak, she would shortly recover. You gain insight into Egil's capacity to heal through magical runes. In your campaign log, under Traces of Egil, record healing runes. And gain a bonus of XP. I have a feeling the last one's going to give me an XP. Yeah, gain an XP. So we're at 7. Grimm's fate. Egil's rage could not be contained, even as a small child. After being bullied by an older boy named Grimm, Egil resolved to have vengeance. With a halberd given to him by Thord, he returned and drove the blade into Grimm's skull, piercing his brain. That night, Egil penned this poem, requesting his family procure a ship so as to begin his Viking career. Thus counselled my mother, for me should they purchase a galley and good oars to go forth a roving. So may I, high standing, a noble bark steering, hold course for the haven, hew down many foemen. Egil would set sail only a few years later. You gain insight into the evil that began in Egil's childhood and permeated throughout the rest of his life. In your campaign log, under Traces of Egil, record evil blooms. Those were all pretty different stories about him. And that'll be Chapter 2, which we'll do in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are liking this campaign so far. I'm really excited to be showing this off because it's pretty well hot off the presses. And I think that there's, given the big gap in production right now, I think it's important to be taking a look at what people are doing in the community. And Chris is a really nice guy, and it seems like he put an awful lot of work into this. So I'm super happy to keep this going. I'm pretty happy with how these silly curse decks performed. It was kind of wacky at some points, but hopefully 7 XP is enough to kind of push them in a direction that's useful. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next episode.